श्याम मनोहर लो रे कोई 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 श्याम मनोहर लो रे सिर धरे मटकिया
कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम्। भद्रकाल्ये नमो नमः। वेदान्त विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यो गुरुः स शिवः प्रोक्तः यः शिवः स गुरुः स्मृतः। विकल्पं यस्तु कुर्वीत स नरो गुरुतल्पकः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। नमोऽस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्रः। येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजातोत्रवैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः। पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानंदं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे। श्रीकृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, नाथ नारायण वाम। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद, 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 श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे, हे नाथ, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, हे नाथ नारायण। बोलिए कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की। नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम, हरि ओम, हरि ओम। Let us chant from the first verse. अर्जुन उवाच संन्यासं कर्मणां कृष्ण पुनर्योगं च शंससि यच्छ्रेय एतयोरेकं तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम्। संन्यासः कर्मयोगश्च निःश्रेयस्करावुभौ तयोस्तु कर्मसन्न्यासात् कर्मयोगो विशिष्यते। ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते सांख्ययोगौ पृथक् बालाः प्रवदन्ति न पंडिताः एकमप्यास्थितः सम्यक् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम् यत्साङ्ख्यैः प्राप्यते स्थानं तद्योगैरपि गम्यते एकं साङ्ख्यं च योगं च यः पश्यति स पश्यति संन्यासस्तु महाबाहो दुःखमाप्तुमयोगतः योगयुक्तो मुनिर्ब्रह्म न चिरेणाधिगच्छति योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मभूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते योगयुक्तो विशुद्धात्मा विजितात्मा जितेन्द्रियः सर्वभूतात्मभूतात्मा कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते कुर्वन्नपि न लिप्यते। So you saw that Bhagavan has already answered Arjun's question. In the first 6 verses, Bhagavan has answered Arjun's question. What is better and what is the goal? But beauty of Bhagavad Gita is what Arjuna asks. Bhagavan answers much more than that. This is called compassion. You could have stopped the chapter. He said, next, any other question? But he said, no, I will now explain more. Some possible questions. So he said, he talked about Karma Yoga, he talked about Karma Sannyas, he talked about Jnana Karma Sannyas. And in the 5th verse and 6th verse, Bhagavan talked about absolute sannyas, Vidvat sannyas. Right? That is there. Now, Arjuna had a question. See, in 6th verse, he used the word Yog Yukta. Can you explain this? How do I know that I am endowed with yoga? How I know that I am already a Karma Yogi? Yoga Yukta means Yogi and Yukta. How I am now fit student for absolute sannyas or even going into the life of meditation mainly. How do I know that I am very good student? Everybody will think. So Bhagavan is giving the answer. What is the answer Bhagavan gives? Yog Yukta. Bhagavan gives a gradual progression. 7th verse is going on. First word is Vishuddhatma. So here Atma has the meaning of mind. Not that Satchidananda Atma. Atma has the meaning of mind. Okay. So Yoga Yukta Vishuddhatma. So what is the meaning of pure mind? Pure mind is that mind which can take shocks and uncertainties in unexpected situation without being shocked. in any situation or in any kind of configuration, you may get bodily shocks, you may get emotional shocks, you may get financial shocks. But one who is endowed with yoga, yukta means associated with, for him, he has so much of depth and so much of calmness that the situation does not create a strong reaction. Reaction may be there sometimes, but not very violent and aggressive or very disturbing reaction, positively or negatively. That is called Yoga Yukta. Because when you have very strong desire regarding some situation, then you overdo in that situation, you overthink, you overreact, you over worry. When your importance is less about that, then it becomes not, you don't do overdo. It is your placing of the amount of importance, amount of joy and sorrow that troubles you, and not the situation. He has already, Karma Yoga is a way through which you reduce the importance of any person, situation from your own self. Everything is Ishwari, and importance means importance for Ahankar. God is important and I am de-alienating my Ahankar. I am distancing myself from my wrong self and I am associating myself with my right self. This is called Yog Yukta. ठीक है, okay. So that is called Vishuddhatma. First is this. That is the very purpose of the Karma Yoga area. That where you want to sit, where you want to revel, what you want to dwell upon, what you want to meditate upon, what you want to prioritize in your life. If something is of no importance and that thing leaves you or comes, it doesn't have a value. Because of your strong value to something or some person or some, therefore your reactions are more deluding for yourself. You don't have a deluding and eluding reaction. You have a smooth responses. That is called Yoga Yukta. And therefore, Karma Yoga is a tactics through which you place the world at such a distance, you give a training to the world that this person or this situation or this action or this success or this failure is not of that big thing. It is as good as passing of one feather from in front of you. कोई ऐसी वैल्यू नहीं है. One Mahatma told me, I was very sad about something long back. I was not even brahmachari, little sad. So he said, when you passed 10th class, how happy you were. I said, yes, I was happy. Because first time I got the watch. That was, you all got the watch from the birth. No? Now the children, they don't know how to use the watch, they have the watch. watch है इसके पास. देखो, where is the watch? नहीं लाया अच्छा. क्यों? So he said that situation which was so happy for you has no value. That time, that evening when you got the mark sheet and you saw your position, it has no value. In a certain situation, one ego or identity it comes up. But after some time, the same identity disappears. And therefore, when the identity is not there and situation is there, you don't feel very affected by that. So, sadhana is corresponding to situation. I don't make a very happy and sad identity WRT. What? WRT means with respect to some person, some incident, some situation. It is okay. One Mahatma was there. He was Grahast Mahatma. So he was endowed with one son, he got one son. So they congratulated him that you have been born with a son. You know what he said? In the ocean, one more drop of butter has come. What is there about it? When you see, when you practice, because this is an intellectual practice, and therefore it is very personal. You cannot do something. Sometimes some people come and say, please help this person, please teach him. I said, I cannot unless he wants it. I can't force you to understand. You have to understand. But he's not understanding. I said, time will come then. I can't do it. Beyond the limit I cannot do. I can explain him half an hour, 1 hour. But after that it is his work, homework he has to do. He does the home of all the homework. He offers it to the Agni. That is not there. It is he. Homework doesn't mean you have to do home of that work. वो तो आपकी साधना है, आपकी ये है. हम आपको बताएं. I'll tell you one thing. Chitraketu prasang you have heard in Bhagavad many times. Chitraketu. So Chitraketu became Gandharva, and he had an access to Kailash. So he went to Kailash. He went to Kailash and he saw there that Parvati ji is sitting on the lap of Shivji. And interesting thing was, Shivji was teaching Vedanta. Now he had mundane eyes, so he laughed. He said, even worldly people in earth, they don't do like that. You are behaving in this manner, even worldly people don't do, and you are teaching Vedanta, something he said. Parvati ji got very upset. You know, the female part of something is very dangerous. I'm not saying, I'm saying if they are associated with male, and if something happens to male, then the wife is very angry. In house they can fight, but outside if somebody says, then they get very aggressive. That I have seen. बहुत dangerous हो गया. शक्ति है ना उसके पास. She has Shakti in her. So when she is very sweet, she can be very sweet. She too. तब तो फिर लक्ष्मी है. और अगर नाराज हो गए तो फिर काली आ जाएंगे. I mean, some of you may have experienced. क्यों भाई आनंद जी? हाँ, he's saying yes. तो होता है सब जगह. So Parvati ji got very upset. He said, how dare can you say like that? You are above the rishis. You don't know that all rishis are worshipping Lord Shiva. I curse you. You become demon. And that moment, this Chitraketu, he was a Gandharva. Gandharva means higher yoni. He folded his palms. He said, whatever mother you say, I had to get it and I got this curse. I respect your words. I am very happy. Don't think I am speaking good to please you and for you to return the curse. I accept that curse. I have no problem because I know you can't snatch my joy of Lord in my heart. Any body you give, you can't take away my mind. Mind is with me. Body you can change. Body can be changed, but the joy that I have in my mind about Lord, that cannot be changed. So it doesn't matter. Very beautiful lines are there. Ajat pakshai mataram khagaha stannam yatha vatsa sudartadaha. And then he asked the brood, he became Vritrasura. So Vishuddhatma means that you can take shocks, uncertainties, unexpected with a poise. It is not gone in your psyche. It has not gone in your blood and veins. That is called, because situation will always have some turbulence in it. You can't go in a ship and say it should not rock. Ship will rock. I have not gone. I have not gone to a cruise. But I have gone in ordinary ship of half an hour, 1 hour in Singapore when I was there. Many times we went from this place to that place, Batam, Bintan and all these things. It used to rock. But I have not gone for long ship cruise. You must have gone. It rocks, no? Totally. This much also. Oh, storm is there. So you can't expect no stormless. You can't fight with the ocean. Stop it. So you are very alert, you are very prepared, you are very mature. That is called Vishuddhatma. Purity is measured by non-mixing of something. I say this is the pure water. That means milk is not mixed in it. or what is it? Mud is not mixed in it. Where Paramatma, which is called mind. Mind's moving Paramatma is called mind actually. Tomorrow topic will come. Morning class. Paramatma, the consciousness appearing in movement, that is called man actually. Definition of this. And non-moving mind is called consciousness. Moving mind is called, moving consciousness as if it is called mind. Non-moving, like moving water is called wave. And non-moving wave is called water. तो है अलग परमात्मा से है नहीं माइंड अलग. So mind does not, in that Paramatma is mind. You bring some person, some object, some issue, some desire, some impulsion, some hate. That is called Ashuddhatma. And what is the result of that? Result is that you don't have the patrata to go into a deeper self in your personality. There are layers existing. There are very quiet. There is very quietness existing in you. There is a very quiet. There is a Brahma existing. You are not able to go there because something has took you on the surface level. The person who is impure, he is floating on the surface level. He doesn't have too much of beautiful points to give you. Too much of good thoughts to give you. You live with some beautiful thought or a beautiful emotion of a person. He has some beautiful emotion to offer to you. He has a beautiful thought to offer to you. That is the measurement of a person. How much love or how much beautiful thoughts can you offer to the people around? That is called Vishuddhatma. See, I don't know you have heard what G.P. Baswani ji was there. देखा है मिले नहीं मिले सुना है ना पुणे में. He is a great person. He is no more now. So क्या बोलते हैं उनको? हाँ साधु वासवानी. So he was one flight I was going from Goa to Pune. So I was in economy class, he was in business class. So I saw him. He is 90 plus at that time. So immediately I went and offered my respect and pranams to him. So he was seated on his seat. He started getting up. He was very old and not very fast. I said, why are you sitting? He said, no, I have to get up and greet you. I said, no, you will sit. I shouldn't have come then. Then I made him sit. Just a small meeting. It must be a fraction of, because the air hostess are announcing, please go to your seat all the time. Unnecessarily disturbing. Still they have to take off. So they didn't come. I said, let me offer my pranams. Then he took my hands, held my hand in his hand. And because he couldn't touch, so he touched his with his head. It is not the length of the stick, it is the magic of the wind. It was a meeting of hardly 5-7 minutes. When he was on the front row seat, I was in the somewhere middle. But I saw and I just went there. Your value is what you can give in trying times also. Do you have any good, bigger thought to give? Do you have any good idea? You have good emotions? What is there in you? You don't go to the saint to hear any lecture. Lecture you can get at many places. That is in universities. My lecture class is there. First class, you don't say university pravachan is there. You say lecture is there. And therefore he is called lecturer. And sometimes people call me, well, when is your lecture? I say, see, we don't give any lecture. Something, when you meet somebody and it touches your heart, he has a very good thought to give. Imagine Bhagavan Shankaracharya, many of you are Vedanta students. You have seen his commentaries. How much good thoughts he had to give to the world. So many stotras he has written, which is so beautiful stotras. Meenakshi Pancharatnam is there, Ganesh Pancharatnam is there, Ganga Stotram is there, Yamnashtakam is there, Krishnashtakam is there. Kitna kuch hai. After 1400 years, we chant with the same devotion. Kitna kuch diya hai unhone humko. You have any beautiful thought to give? You have love to give, you have respect to give. Because if you don't have, you can't give. Supposing I don't have good thought, then you can't get it. You will serve me if I come to your room and I say I'm hungry. You will search what I have and you will give only what you have. Supposing you have only nice, some kind of biscuit is there, you will give me that. Supposing you have good jaggeries, you will give that. Cake, you can give cake also. Although I'm not eating any such thing. But it doesn't mean you should not offer. Galat baat hai. I don't eat, therefore you don't offer also. So people sometimes who are with me, they also suffer. So Vishuddhatma means you have some beautiful thoughts to offer, beautiful ideas to offer, beautiful emotions to offer. Basically, we come to the saint. Because you have a lot of Lord in you, you have a lot of love in you, you have a lot of compassion in you, you have a lot of purity in you, you have a lot of good scriptural words with you. And then it becomes very rich. The company of somebody is very rich. Somebody's company is very poor. But he drained me out. I'm so tired. But with him, I think my tiredness went away. क्या मजा आया आपसे मिलके. I was very tired before I came, but seeing you and talking to you, I feel I'm reborn. I have again become a child. I have again become a youth. I'm again in my teens back. I am feeling so energetic. Vishuddhatma is tested by the company of the people around you, by the smiles of people around you, by the thoughts of people around you. I'm giving practical ways of how to experience that. Yog yukto Vishuddhatma. If you have rag, dvesh, kam, krodh, irsha, frustration, dejection, sadness, then you will give that only. Why? Anyway, I don't have bigger thoughts. Kya kare? Because I have dvesh or rag or irsha, I can give. Anyway, you give some thought, unconsciously you give a thought. You don't know, but the person has taken a thought. You may not speak, but already thought has gone. Well, but I didn't say anything to him. By not saying, maybe you have said something. You think you have not said, but it has gone. Okay? So yog yukta vishwa. That means the mind has too much of surface level mind is there. There is no gems coming from inside. You know who is a Mahatma? Who goes in his meditation, who goes in his puja, and in his silence lot of gems come out from inside. Beautiful thoughts are there, beautiful emotions are there, loving thoughts are there, purifying thoughts are there. And he lives with that inner silence, one who lives in that. He is called Mahatma. He is called Vishuddhatma. So in this mind, there is a readiness to absorb something. There is a readiness to know something new. Can you tell? If you are not happy, how will you learn? It is like the school class. Then, oh my God, again I have to hear this lecture. You go to sit with the 45 minutes doesn't pass. 45 minutes class is there. I don't know how long the class is now. 45 or 1 hour. 45 minutes. Sometimes 2 hours together. Some people have 2 45-minute classes together. And they take somebody else's class. They will continue. Arey yaar, mar jayenge kyun? And your Bhagavad goes for 3 hours, 4 hours. And people are sitting. Vishuddhatma means you have a mind which is very quiet, which is very sensitive. And you have, it is cleansed from somebody's lot of unpleasant memories. It is cleansed from somewhere selfish thoughts. It is cleansed of some lusty memories. It is cleansed of some anger-oriented memories. It is cleansed of I am being neglected memories. It is cleansed of some future fears. It is cleansed of present anxieties. So you are a gift to that person because you give a lot of good thoughts. Anybody is a gift because he has a lot of beautiful thoughts to give. Not external gift. But there is a lot of gifted thought he has. This is the one meaning of pure mind. Yog yukto vishuddhatma. ठीक है? Second word is vijitatma. Here atma means deha. Very rarely Shankaracharya translates like that. I told you atma has 6 meanings. So one meaning is deha also. But very rarely he translates as deha. He has conquered his body. Lo. Body means senses also. That means he is Ashtanga yogi also. Yam, niyam, asan, pranam, pranayam, pratyahara, etc. he has done. Vijitatma, he has conquered his senses also. That means they are very obedient. If eyes don't want to see, I won't see. If I don't want to talk, I won't talk. There is no discrepancy and diverse between my notion and emotion and my action. Notion, emotion and action all are in the same flow. ठीक है? That is called Vijitatma. अच्छा नाम Vijitatma. Vijitatma. That means the person is, when your body is conquered, your lot of energy is saved. Unconquered senses means a person is throwing out his energy. Talking takes a lot of energy if you talk on foolish topics. Even if you see like that, energy goes. If you hear unnecessary thing, energy goes. If you move your hand unnecessarily like that, energy goes. How are you, Swamiji? Energy goes. You are not Vijitatma. Vijit means whose senses are not very demanding senses. Whose senses are very well controlled, well trained. It has to be trained. Mind works, senses works on programmed. It has to be programmed. What you want to see, what you don't want. Every night you start watching movie, 2-3 days, after that mind will demand movie. After every food, you start eating sweet dish. Mind will demand sweet dish after that. थोड़ा सा कुछ sweet dish, something. Some mithai, etc. What is in the prasad? Mind ki demand. You have to bring the right demand of your body and senses. 7 o'clock exactly if you have breakfast every day. So 3-4 days after that mind will demand. Some of you are coming and you did not have, in the house you didn't have this time. You had another time maybe, but you are having it. So after now the mind will demand. When you go to the house, they will be wondering why you are asking like that. Earlier you were wearing at 9 o'clock, or you skipped also. You have programmed it like that. And if you don't eat in between, mind will not demand. Senses won't demand if you don't have that in between. Supposing you take a breath, that no, between lunch and dinner I won't have anything. I'm not a snacky person. I can sneak in somebody's room, but not snack. So I'm not that. So it won't want. You have to program the sense organ and body so that it is Vedant friendly. It is Gita friendly. It is meditation friendly. It is listening friendly. I can listen because a lot of listening is involved here. You must have seen. This is nothing there. We are more in the Vedanta course. Vedanta course has six classes. And when Gurudev was there, when he was taking classes in Bombay, you know what he used to do? Dinner was over. He said, "Come everybody, let's have the class on Gita." Once he finished whole Gita in 1 month. He said, "I have to go out. I have to complete everything." So when you are hearing, you need to sit. But I can't say, "Sorry, I cannot manage it. My pain is there." Because when your backbone is tilted slightly, there is a Sushumna Nadi is there. So the flow of energy is abrupt. So you will not be having brightness. So Vijitatma. Therefore he translated as Vijit. You have to conquer the senses. Of supposing you are not able to sit, then you will move here and there. Because the base is less. When the base is less, you are unstable slightly. You have to move. Or you go here and there. Or you do like this. You know what does this mean? Bolo Guru. Guru ho jao shuru. Body is not conquered. Then you feel, I think my feet, if I put like this, oh my God, let me change it. बहुत दर्द हो रहा है यहाँ. It's paining a lot. Oh my God. Oh. Then you feel earlier was better. Asana Siddhi is not there. If you have not conquered, then you can't do the listening because a lot of hearing is involved here. Because the problem is of ignorance, you have to get a lot of knowledge. Or every few moments if I have to eat something or I have to... In meditation you have to sit for sometimes 2 hours. Without sitting for 1-2 hours at a stretch, you don't get what you want. But I have drank a lot of water. No, then water retention will be there. Then it won't work. No, but doctors say you should keep on drinking a lot of water. So it needs a lot of discipline to be able to be a good patra or a vessel to hold the knowledge which teacher is giving and take to digest it actually. I hope you are understanding that. Therefore, much emphasis is the early ages of you do asana or you do pranayam, because asana will make your body supple and flexible. So you won't feel stiffness all around. It has become very stiff, like a my mind. Not like that. So Vijit Atma, you have to conquer that senses. So Yamaha, Niyamaha, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar. This is included in Vijit Atma. More you conquer it, more body will become a servant. And don't torture the body. Don't pamper it, neither torture it. Master it. Pampering means everything like the mothers pamper the child. ये वाला लड्डू चाहिए इनको. Oh, that is pampering. Prasad में don't ask. What is prasad? Give it. बिगाड़ देते हैं. By fulfilling all unnecessary demands, pampering means you are fulfilling the demands of likes and dislikes. Spoiling. Torturing means you are overdoing it. Not eating for days together. Too much fasting is there. Too much of overdoing something. That is called torturing. You are spoiling the body. Body has to be trimmed and tamed, because you have to, till you are alive, at least be in a running condition. Apyayantu mamangani. Every day you pray. Which slok? Which slok? Bhai, apyayantu mamangani. Gita is not there in. Okay, I'll search. When you are Vijit Atma, the beautiful point is, you would, anything which is stable, you can withdraw, you get out of. Stability of the body, pran, mind, virya. All four things are one. If one moves, all move. Body, mind, pran and virya. So if one moves, everything is moving. So if you are a heavy pran is there, the mind will get disturbed. So body should be very well mastered. Senses should be very not demanding. Senses should be just fulfilling my needs of the body. So don't introduce lot of demands. I need that kind of pillow. Achha? Which kind of pillow? Jisme pillow. That pillow I want. Some did not understand. Pillow has three meanings. One is pillow, other is pillow. Take some pill. Pillow means drink. And third is pillow. सीधे बैठ के दिखाओ. थोड़ा ट्राई करो. विचित्र आत्मा. Shivdiya Baba used to sit in one asana for 9 hours. From night they used to leave him, and morning they saw he is still there in meditation. इतनी सिद्धि हो जाती है लोग की. और senses are there. Hari Baba was there. So he used to see like that all the time. His neither eyes went here, neither there. He mastered his eyes like that. When he was walking, he used to see that much only. So he went for Bhagavad somewhere. He used to go for Bhagavad in somebody's house. So one day his sevak also went, his servant. So he said, where you teach Bhagavad, his coat is very good, it is hanging there. He said, I have been going for so long, I never saw. One day you went, you scanned the whole room. When a person goes in somebody's room, he just watches. Chanchalaman. He's eating also, he's not eating in sequence. He's eating in between, he goes to sweet dish. Arey bhai, ek discipline rakho. if you are eating, complete first, then go to the sweet dish. या तो पहले खा लो, एक डिसाइड कर लो सीक्वेंस क्या है उसका. That is called avichitatma. The senses have to be tutored. You say to the mind, when you go to the God, okay, I will see you for 5 minutes. Or you say to the hand, this hand will be here for like this for 2 minutes. You say to the legs, you will not move for another 10 minutes. Increase it to 15 minutes. Increase it if you can manage, if you don't have problem. If don't do any such thing which will make it worse. Vijit Atma. Acha word hai na? You have conquered your physical habits. Talking, person is talking only. No need to talk. Keep quiet now. Stop it now. That is called conquered stuff. Next word is Jitendriya. Jitendriya. Which samas? Jitendriya. Bhaskar does not give any meaning. He is confident we know it. Jitani Indriyani Yen Bahubrihi. Sa Jitendriya. Who's Bahubrihi? Is a samas. So Jitendriya. Jitatma he translated as one who has conquered his body. Jitendriya who has conquered his sense organ. Very difficult sense organ to conquer. So Jitendriya is meaning Damaha. Vijitatma is meaning Shamaha. Vishuddhatma means Vairagya. So Vairagya is indicated by Vishuddhatma. Shamaha is indicated by Vijitatma. And Dama is indicated. Dama means conquering the senses. Conquering the senses. Sensual diet is very less. More we can reduce the likes, dislikes of the senses. Please note, it may be there, but I am not too much under the influence of that. Imagine Bhagwan Ram had a lot of attachment for the senses. He wouldn't have slept on the floor for 14 years with joy. With joy he used to sleep and his pillow used to be his hand. Imagine that. I don't know you have slept with a pillow as a hand. You have slept. Please sleep one day and you see, it pains. Imagine he is eating like this in his palms without a proper plate. One day you eat and see how the mind gets irritated. Therefore, Karpatri in word camp. Karev Patra. Karev Patram. So Vijitendriya means that the world, whatever world gives, senses are so, they have less demands that very, very satisfied sense organs are there. I don't need too many things for my eyes. I don't need too many things for my ears. I don't need too many things for my tongue. I don't need too many things for my body. More anything is controlled, more it is inviting for higher thoughts. Control invites higher thoughts. Anything uncontrolled is always rejecting the higher thought. Lower thoughts come up. Controlled thing invites higher thought. That is called Jitendriya. So if you are Jitendriya, you know what happened? You are free from all other thoughts. Most important is the thoughts of the world should not be in my mind. So that there is a possibility of my of what is the meaning of Atma? What is the meaning of Shrotrasya Shrotram in Kenopanishad? There are two Shrotra. One is in nominative case, other is in genitive case. Which is referring to the self, which is referring to consciousness. Nominative one or genitive one? बोलो भाई, you have heard it? Huh? Genitive one or nominative one? बोलो, what is genitive? बोलो, Shrotram, nominative one. Shrotrasya, this is referring to the outside, but the Shrotram, that refers to the consciousness. Oh, to get these thoughts, you need to be withdrawn from all these unnecessary pursuits. No, I have kept some, what's it called, some peanuts also, and I am having my Vedanta also. Shrotasya, Shrotram, then you cannot concentrate on that. Anything uncontrolled will always be a liability. Imagine a son who is uncontrolled. How difficult it is. Kyun bhai? Imagine a husband who is uncontrolled. Nobody is saying no. Who doesn't understand you, who shouts unnecessarily, or who goes out and doesn't come so easily, or who is not defeated. Then you mole baap, how to deal with this husband. A wife who is uncontrolled. Anything is an asset when it follows your sankalp. When he is implementable. Your car is uncontrolled. Sometimes it loses the control. Sometimes while walking, you lose your control. And you slip and fall somewhere. You hold to somebody, he also falls. So anything which is not under control will always be a source of problem. Whether it is car, whether it is your house, whether it is your maid. Our 2 maids were there, no? So many meetings were held. They answered back. They didn't do what we wanted. Well, I won't do it. Now, how to that become a problem then? So if your senses, if they are not acting, they are not bringing out the sankalp that what Guru wants or God wants, then your life will be a liability for you. Liability means you carry something without getting anything. And you are paying a lot, getting nothing. Any person can be liability when you have to give lot of attention and you don't get anything from him. An asset means that a person gives you a lot than what you can give. So if your body and your mind and your senses are not under control, it is a liability. Because you are grappling it. It will take lot of thoughts. Anything uncontrolled will be taking lot of thoughts from you. There is a big source of disturbing thoughts from that source, from that area. Whether he is your son or daughter or wife or husband or servant or anybody, there is a source, there is a constant source of disturbing thought from that area. But if something is controlled, it is like a blotting paper. It takes your disturbance. Because this person is not under control, is not under senses. Sometimes I see, horse is there, it's wild horse. It throws its rider. It throws the rider. And sometimes it knows how to throw the rider. I don't know these horses. It jumps. See, I have never done horse riding and all this. But it can throw. And you can fall away. You will break your head also. Or at least feet. Otherwise, horse is not successful. So Jitendriya means everything in your life is very, very contributory. Your senses are contributing to it. You see the blueness of the sky and you remember Lord Krishna. You see a rising sun, not newspaper. You see a rising sun. And you feel, wow, what glory, Bhagwan's glory is there. Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukham तत्वं पूषन्न पावृणु सत्य धर्माय दृष्टये पूषन्ने कर्षे यम सूर्य प्राजापत्य व्यूह रश्मीन समूह यत्ते रूपम कल्याणतमम तत्ते पश्यामि. है ना? अब see, the senses are contributing. You have made your senses a big asset. I have to chant Rama. I know people who chant whole Bhagavad Gita every day. I was a brahmachari. I went to the city where I was living. So there was one person, Surenji. So he called me, offered namaskar. I said, "Arey, you are so elder." I was hardly 24. So he said, "No, please come." And dinner was there. Dinner. So dinner my wife prepared and brought. And I know them, but they were treating me as if I was just like their small child only. He must be 60s. I said, "I'm still your child. I have come to seek blessings." And then he said, my wife, while she's cooking, she chants whole Bhagavad Gita. So I asked him to start. Food when you eat and when you chant, you don't eat food. Mantras go in you. Therefore, 15th chapter is chanted. You are imbibing mantras. The vibration of the kitchen and the vibration of the dining hall is very important. Because with your food, lot of devatas are entering. And she chanted. So they chant the whole Bhagavad Gita in one stroke. But if you don't know, then while reading you can't chant it, or it will take time. It's a good target. Your senses are a set. You are hearing with your ears only. All the joy that you have, I hope you have some joy. All the joy and peace that you have here is not of the room, is not of the garden, is not of the food, is not of your relatives, is not of anything else. It's the joy of scriptures. It's the joy of Ramayana. It's the joy of Gita, joy of Bhagavad. Supposing such a big use of ears are there, and same ear I can use to destroy myself also. So you can hear a lot. With your hand you can do a lot of things. You can make nice mala. You can do a lot of puja. You can do archana. Laksh archana people do. Not 1,000, 100,000 times. Laksh archana they do. You can do abhishek. You can do shringar of your Lord. You can press somebody's feet. You can do namaskar to everybody. You can simply give joy. So much use is there. So don't say I have nothing to give. You can give a lot. You can do bhajan by feet, by moving, by parikrama. You can do bhajan by your eyes, by offering a nice eyes to somebody. Loving glance, loving and smiling glance. How are you? You can have that. That is also your bhajan. That is called Jitendriya. This is the one who has perfected Karma Yoga. Don't miss the topic. Who has mastered 2 and 2B. He's on 3 now. He's on 3. But if senses is not there, I have no time of sleeping. I have no time of getting up. I talk and talk. I don't know. One day I stopped eating. One day again I started. I cannot sit. I cannot lie down. I can't get sleep. I oversleep. So this is a liability. I have not done archana. I have not done puja. I have not made use of the hand as much as I should have. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriya sarva bhutatma bhutatma kurvanna pinalipya. Now he is done Shravan Manan. Distance between first and second line is Shravan Manan. And he is now Vidyadhyasan. This is Vidvat Sannyas. चले कितना अच्छा है. That kind of mastery should be there. One who is controlled is a happy person. An uncontrolled person will be unhappy person. An uncontrolled person is a dissatisfied person. Controlled person is a satisfied person. Anybody who is uncontrolled will always be dissatisfied. And dissatisfaction leads to running away from a system. You want to run away from a system. You feel the system is not okay for me. You go to any system, that will not be okay. Every system has some unsystematic. When you are very pure, your contentment is high. When contentment is high, your loving power of the Lord, your thinking power, they are very bright. You are shining like that. Sarup, now I am coming to that. Tabitna, so much bhashya is written, so much of work is done on Puran, on Itihas. There was one teacher in Varanasi, he used to teach, I think, Vyakran or Brahma Sutra. Very poor, but students used to come. And he used to eat supari. And there is a supari cutter. I don't know, you have seen with your grandfather, etc. Earlier, their sophisticated machines were not there. They used to put supari and cut it like that. And he used to eat and used to teach. And being a village person, he was, I think, teaching Brahma Sutra. ऐसे लोग होते हैं बहुत संतोष में रहते हैं. And they are deep thinkers. So one day, while teaching, he said, something is biting me. Kuch katat baho, he said in his village language. And he continued teaching. He was absorbed. After 1 hour when he got up, it was a scorpion. But he didn't get up. ये इनका satisfaction होता है इनका. One who is very contented is very productive. His thoughts are very beautiful. One day Gurudev went like that. He was sitting. You know the story. He said, everybody go out. When everybody went, then he got up and there was a nail there which pricked him and it was bleeding. So his part of his dhoti was full of blood. But he didn't get up. Doctors advised him that you only talk for half an hour. And he continued for 1.5 hours sometimes, or 1 hour. And immediately after the talk, the oxygen cylinder used to come. To say, doctor said, I told you to talk only for half an hour. He said, I have talked half an hour, 1 hour Krishna talked. ऐसे बोलते हैं. They give a lot. They are contributory. The lesser you want to take for yourself, the more you can give to others. The more you want for yourself, lesser you will give to others. What you gave to Tulsidas? He gave Ramayana, he gave Vinay Patrika, he gave Kavitavali. Because he didn't want anything. When you want anything, what you want will cloud your mind. And when you don't want, there is a flow maintained. When the flow of giving is interrupted, that is called sorrow. When the flow of giving is interrupted, that is called sorrow. When the flow of giving is very fluent, it is called contentment and joy and fulfillment. See Bhagavan how he is giving the shlokas after shlokas. And at the end of whole Gita, Bhagavan is not satisfied. He said, if you want, I can continue. Kachchit etat shrutam partha toya ekagrena chetsa Kachit ajnana sammoha pranashtaste dhananjaya. He said, is something okay? Your ignorance has gone? How compassionate. Something has gone, everything is fine. Shukdevji said the same thing to Parikshitji. After whole Bhagavad was over, Shukdevji told to Parikshitji, are you sure I should go? Have you known that Atma is Brahman? I mean, what a big contribution of Shukdevji and Bhagwan Vedvyas. They gave Bhagavad. They gave Krishna Lila to us. Parikshitji said, no, I am already now full. I know I am the Brahman. And now you can go. I mean, mukt karwa diya 7 din mein. He gave liberation. Because these people were having very less demands of their senses, body. More is your demand for ego, more your demand for senses, more bodily demand, more demand of attachment, more demand. You are very hooked. You are working with a lot of constraints. You are running with a lot of big stone on your back. You are not a light person. You are not light-hearted. The flow of giving is not there in my life. I am not in a wonderful flow. Because I am not Jitendriya or Vichitatma or Vishuddhatma. Sarva Bhutatma Bhutatma. देखो भाष्कर राइट सर्वभूतात्मा means सर्वेषां ब्रह्मादीनां स्तंभ पर्यंतानां भूतानां. I'm not going to samas. If you no. What is samas by the way? Compound interest? No. Other things. Leave it. So Sarvbhut, the self of all is called God. That is called Sarvesham Brahmadinam Stam Paryantanam Bhutanam. Sarvbhutatma is of all Bhut. Last Atma is Jivatma, and Bhut means he has become Sarup. So he has become the self of all. Self of the self of all, yes. Bhagwan is the self of all, and Bhagwan is his self. देख रहे हो? Bhagwan is the self of all, and Bhagwan is his self. That is called Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma. Okay. Then last, this is called Vidvat Sannyas. This is now Paramarth. Kurvan napina lipyate. Although he is doing, but he is not tainted. This is a favorite expression now. He is walking, talking. Lipyate means, I did it, therefore I should get it. This is called, I get tainted by something. This is called jackfruit problem. After you cut it, then your hand, you have a lot of time to wash it. That is the problem. It is, I am not attached. Attached means Bhokta has come. Karta has come. Sufferer is born after talking to you in my life. I suffered a lot because of you. But you are no more, you are out. You are living in California. Still I am suffering a lot because of your memories. This is called tainted. I mean, the enjoyer, sufferer, doer, sitting inside with respect to some person or a work, that is called tainted. And this will repeat. Enjoyer wants to repeat. Sufferer wants to repeat. Doer wants to repeat. I want to do gardening. No, but I want to water the plants. I had one friend. His father used to water the plant every day. When it was raining, he used to take an umbrella and water the plant. So one day I went. So I asked him, I said, why you are watering? It's already raining. He said, no, I cannot live without this. I have to water. ठीक है water. Incident has passed, but you are still attached. 1 year back you insulted me, but I can't forget you. And still I am tasting the insult. Incident has passed, but still I am feeling I am honored a lot. I am very big because I was given that. I had given the cup. In that they called me and they gave me some cup. I got a shield and prize. Still I am mentally feeling I am enjoying mentally something. When this is called tainted. Incident is over, but your experiences are not over. You are forced to experience the worlds, and you are not able to understand the Vedantic experience, godly experience. Some very small experiences you are, which you cannot share too much. Any person is known by what is your experience. What is your experience? Let me milk what is your experience in your. Supposing you go home and they will say, okay, what was your experience in the ashram? I hope you will tell something good only. Similarly, about the life is there. There's some good experiences I have. It may not be that you have to go to the Himalayas. Sitting in my room, I have very good experience. If somebody has great experience, he is called great person. Shankaracharya Bhagwan, Raman Maharshi's experience, the Tapovan Maharaja's experience, or Swami Abhedananda's experience, are big experiences. They have experience of Samadhi. They have experience of vision of God. They have experience of helping somebody. They have experience of wiping somebody's tears. Ordinary person has experience of calm, krodh, irsha, dvesh, sleeping. Their experiences are very low. It cannot be talked about too much. You can't talk about it. It's not. It will not make anybody happy. What? My experience. But saints are such who have such experiences that whatever they talk, books can be written on that. It can be recorded. Other person will benefit from their experience. Only I had Lord in my dream, or Lord came, or this thought he gave, this I am giving to you. Iti shushrum purvesham ye nastat vyaja chakshire. ठीक है, पर kurvan api na lipyate. He is doing, but he is not having repetitive doer, enjoyer, sufferer thought. More we will see tomorrow. Om Har Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadev. Shri Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. He Nath Narayan Vasudeva.